tax problems and foreclosures. Voters in Houston have made history by becoming the largest U.S. city to elect an openly gay mayor. City Controller Anise Parker was elected Saturday with a more than 11,000 vote margin over opponent Gene Locke. Parker's candidacy had come under fierce opposition from homophobic groups. A mailer sent out to Houston voters denounced Parker for, quote, homosexual behavior and her backing from, quote, the gay and lesbian political caucus. Campaign records show two key members of Locke's financial committee each donated $20,000 to the group behind the mailer. Parker will replace outgoing Houston Mayor Bill White, who's seeking the Democratic nomination for Texas governor. In Cuba, a U.S. contractor has been arrested on apparent charges of unlawful contact with Cuban opposition groups. The contractor's company, Development Alternatives, is working under a State Department contract for so-called democracy enhancement in Cuba. The New York Times reports the contractor had traveled to Cuba on a tourist visa, but then handed out cell phones and laptops to Cuban opposition groups. And in California, scores of people have been arrested over the last several days in protests against education cuts and rising tuition fees. 23 people were detained Thursday after barricading themselves inside a building at San Francisco State University. On Saturday, 66 people were arrested after police broke up a 4-day occupation of a building at the University of California, Berkeley. Later in the day, 8 people were arrested after damaging property at the home of UC Berkeley Chancellor Robert Bergoneau. Police say the protesters broke lights, planters, and at least 2 windows. No injuries were reported. In a statement, California Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger denounced the property damage as an act of terrorism. Schwarzenegger said, quote, California will not tolerate any type of terrorism against any leaders, including educators. And those are some of the headlines. This is Democracy Now!, democracynow.org, the War and Peace Report. We're in Copenhagen. This is Climate Countdown.